Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Audiri Astra for another Enderal stream. Today we will be continuing the adventures of my vampire cat girl, who is not a vampire, and her dark and seedy adventures in the country of Enderal. Oh, right, yeah. Sweet. That is a thing. Thank you for reminding me, Tommy. Okay, and it's out. Alright. We shall get started shortly. As soon as the game boots up. Hopefully, soon. And then OBS will be able to capture it. Hopefully. Da-da-da. It's going. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright. And we're gonna continue. So last time we left off right as we entered the city. I forget what the name of the city was. The city one. Oh. Okay, that was weird. Little animation bug there. Alright, so our objectives. Alright, Ark. That's the name of the city. And so first off, we'll go talk to Jaspar.
Life isn't
I just don't respect the elders anymore. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't respect my elders either. Hopefully we'll have fixed the purple hair bug. So let me know if you see any purple hair.
You there. Don't look at me like that. Looking for trouble, eh?
I'm not looking for trouble. Go away. Interesting designs. They're kind of like generic medieval. Oh, whoops. I'm too used to Genshin. I keep pressing the F key to interact with things. Oh, where'd Jaspar go? There he is.
Huh? Can I help you? They just sit on their asses and hope things settle themselves.
Never walked back. Well, look who's arrived. Did you have any problems finding your way around? This city can be quite a maze if you don't know it.
Hang on a second. My chat is partially hidden. Game does not want me to tab out. Oh, hang up. Getting a phone call. 1 sec, sorry.
They always go too easy on the scum.
Right, you're from Ostian. I almost forgot. They're quite fascinating, these places, aren't they? You can climb high, and you can fall just as deep. Here, put this on. And before you ask, yes, it's necessary. Just trust me. Oh, well.
sorry about that. But we're back. Yeah, so we have to put this on and talk to this. And I look hideous, but let's ignore that. My cat ears are poking out the top of my hat. Yep,
That's
we're
it.
just following him up.
And why is it Malphas who carries the
Yes?
Sun Temple on his back? Isn't that a gesture of servitude?
No, Malphas carries the Sun Temple because he also carries humanity. Without the benevolence and
that
sublimity
does
of
not
the
sound like a
gods,
little
the
boy.
world would still be at war,
But
just
that's
as
what I
it
did.
was.
That does not sound like a little boy. Okay. Can't fault the voice actors too much. They're all doing this for free
Greetings.
after all. Okay. Arc Nobles Corridor. Are you ready to go in? We're just right here on the steps. Please,
Stay
are you
right
gonna keep
behind me.
going?
It's not far.
I am right behind you.
So, about this fever. Usually those gifted with magic have to report their talent to the Order, and then pass a ritual that teaches them how to deal with their magic.
Oh no,
The
why does
journey
she
to the
st-
water is what they
why does
call
she
it.
still have purple hair?
Once they've passed that, the fever reduces to an endurable level, and new Arcanists have their names registered in some kind of holy book.
I thought I fixed that.
But there are other ways to get rid of the fever, and I hope my employer can tell you about them.
Greetings.
Right. Mm. Hang on. I could have sworn I fixed this. Okay, you know what? We'll reboot the game. I think I may have messed up my fix. And since he's stuck anyways, might as well use this opportunity to restart the game. Hey Leo, glad you can make it. Welcome aboard. Sorry about that, we had some little hiccups here and there at the start of the stream. It's a Skyrim. Skyrim's being Skyrim. You know. It happens. Ah. Oh, yay! We have hair now. Okay. And as far as moving, yay! Restarting the game did fix all our problems. For now. You don't get why Skyrim is so buggy? Because Bethesda is a shit company. Is why?
Huh? What do you want?
It is nice.
Okay, almost there.
It's okay. I'm just calling it as it is. I don't like that I'm forced to wear this clothing though.
Thou art my light,
Actually, I hate it
and the
when the
horizon.
game in general
Thy
forces me
name
to
is
wear
my
clothes.
sacrament.
That
Thy
ruins.
path I
I
will honor
spend
in life.
hours and
as in
hours
death.
on crafting my outfit. And the game just throws it all away by forcing me to wear this thing. I think he's stuck behind the city guard. There we go. At least we get a nice view. I did install a whole bunch of texture mods in between streams. So the view should look a little
Hold
better.
it, my sir. No civilians beyond this point without explicit permission. Who are you, and what leads you to this holy place?
Business. I'm Jaspar Delveric, and I work for the Naramese mages.
Ah, right. The mercenary. And who's your companion?
Marija de Luna from Ostian, esteemed holder of de Luna's Empire of Tender Fragrance, the most prestigious perfumery in all of Vin.
Oh, okay. So this is
Archmagister Marigil sent for her. Didn't he tell you?
The Archmagister.
guys.
Well, that does sound like him. Fair enough, you may pass. But show this place the respect it deserves, mercenary. You too, my Dame de
Okay.
Luna.
You have my word, fair lady. Thank you.
Oh, that was a fine bow. We're going in. Our alibi is we are the head of the perfumery. And that's going to get us into this building. Hang on, let me show you guys the building.
Have you heard it? Apparently the Blue Islands
pretty
Coalition sent an
impressive.
emissary here to Enderal, despite the
It's a
wars.
bit blocky.
They are bold.
It's very impressive for Skyrim.
Let's hope
Oh.
he knows what he's
Stay
doing.
right behind me. It's not far.
Okay, I'll just go inside. It's not waiting for him anymore.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
Well, that went better than
Okay.
expected.
Marija de Luna's Empire of Tender Fragrance?
Hey, it worked, didn't it? That's all that matters. Nobody will suspect someone who's already in the temple. Anyway, I think it's about time I tell you a little bit more about this employer of mine. His name is Constantine Firespark, and he's one of Narathzor Orenthiel's former followers, which the new Grand Master, Tealor Orenthiel, brought here by ship about 2 years ago. That means he's one of the former arch-enemies of the Order. They usually
Oh,
wear
dear.
green, while the Plus, he's a very gentle and likable
Oops,
fellow,
skip to
which is
that.
why even the Keepers like having him around. Let's hope he can tell us a thing or two about these visions, and help you get rid of the fever. Come, follow me. Huh? Keep your chin up.
Okay. He's a likable fellow, apparently. I do wish the NPC pathing was faster. I wonder if I can take off my extra clothes yet. Let's try it. Yeah, just put all the clothes on. Oh, except apparently that didn't count. Was it? I thought I had renamed my armor. But apparently I didn't. Huh. Okay. Well, so be it.
Blazes, I just can't bloody believe it.
Okay, looks like we started a side quest. Ascertain what depresses Magister Raygon. Nope, sorry, that was mine.
All right, here we are.
No worries.
No, 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 no. That's not how you do it.
Blast it! I'm just being careful. We
Like
have to.
heck we do. Give me that thing, now.
Oh. Interesting.
Blasted, blistering
Hello,
blazes.
Sergio.
That's what you get for
Welcome
working
back.
with fumblers. I told you, we
Nice
should be
Firespark.
careful. What? Now, who the heck are you?
I remember
Can't an
this.
old man have a moment to himself?
You hired me. The Magister, don't you remember?
Oh, right. Joseph the Scrounger.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
why are you
That
here?
was actually.
Had any luck?
This
Just
is
far.
actually scripted.
And yeah, we
comic,
did find something.
So it's not quite the
Suggest
same.
you first of all tell me when I allowed you to drag your flings up here. Do you need me to explain the meaning of the words highly and confidential to you?
I'm sure there's a lot you can explain to me, but let's save that for later. This particular lady over here needs your help, to be frank. Arcane fever.
Is that so? And what exactly has that got to do with me? Let the Keepers and their holy rituals take care of it. What is it with the costume, anyway?
This woman's magic is different, Meiser. Just feel her aura, and you'll see it. Plus, she's from Narim, just as you are.
Okay.
Well, all right then, for nostalgia's sake. I really hope you're not wasting my time, though. Working with these religious buffoons is bound to make any rational thinking person go bonkers.
Oh, because
Anyway,
like
that chair over
the
there. Take a
religious
seat,
people.
and I'll have a look at that fever of
Oh
yours.
boy, I'm supposed to sit down here.
All right then, this will tickle a little.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're right. This
This
aura does feel different, complex somehow, and powerful. And do you really want to tell me you've only recently discovered that talent of yours? With that aura, I'm surprised that you haven't turned into an Obaya by now. Fine, fine. Well, that is, we will help you. But first, tell me everything. How you got that magic, and how you met that Scrounger.
He's not quite the friendly man
I
we
see.
were told.
Regarding this vision thing, I think that your mind simply played a trick on you there. Not that it's much of a surprise, considering what you've been through.
The trick.
Actually, you were quite lucky that the sudden outburst of your glance didn't blow your head right off.
My glance?
By all that's holy. If you don't know about the basic functioning of magic, then read something from Balador Goldenstein.
The glance on the sea of eventualities. Alongside, but apart from the reality we're in right now, exist countless other realities, in which some events have different outcomes, so to speak. A version of this very same room, for example, with the very same people in it, only that Meiser Firespark's beard
Okay,
is
so
on
this
fire.
is a multiverse
And what defines
theory.
an Arcanist, someone capable of magic, is that he or she can see those other realities
Bot
and let
Shanty?
parts of them come
Cool.
true.
Never played any of those
Well,
games.
look at that, Jasper. You surprised me.
That's what I'm being paid for.
How powerful an Arcanist is depends on three factors. How far away are the eventualities that he can see, how well he can bring parts of them into our reality, and finally, how well his mind can handle seeing other realities simultaneously with ours. Lighting a candle is easier than calling a meteor from the sky, to speak plain Inal, but as I said, read Goldenstein if you're interested in the topic. I'm not going to waste any time with lectures.
Okay, so magic in this setting consists of seeing alternate universes and bringing those, or parts of those universes, into ours.
Well, that's probably a sign that you should go easier on the booze. Skill, whether of physical or magical nature, isn't gained through touching some stones, but through hard work and discipline. Even though this screwball Enderal talk of paths and predeterminations tries to tell us otherwise.
Again, I did not just imagine these visions. They felt different somehow. Real. You zoned out, Tommy?
Well, if that's what you want to believe, go for it. I, in any case, have never come across such a phenomenon in over 50 years of studying magic. And now we should...
It all begins with the dreams.
What the blasted blistering blazes? Does this room look like the bosom of a whore to you? Or what makes you think you can go around touching anything you get your fingers on? These documents are confidential, for heck's sake. I knew it was a mistake to hire a thug like you.
Oh my
Lashery
gosh.
always had a weakness for...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you telling me something about dreams that led you and Telor Renthiel here, didn't you, my sir? And you told me that in this vision of yours, the Veiled Woman said this. It all begins with the dreams.
What? Is that true? Oh.
It is, actually.
Then, this near-death experience you had before you woke up on the shore, tell me again, what exactly did you see in it? A room?
A glistening white light and charred bodies, but their flesh was unnatural, gray, and I heard all these voices.
Well, this is strange indeed.
You can call me Miss
Anyway.
Astra.
For now, all that matters is that we get that magic of yours under control. Whatever you clairvoyanced back there is of no use to us if you're dead as a doornail in a couple of months.
And how can we do that? Get my magic under control.
Well, that's usually a plodding process. The fever you feel is a result of your mind not being able to handle all of these possibilities, so to speak. The ritual the Enderalians practice to get the glance under control is called the Journey to the Water. Put frankly, it means 1 year of hour-long meditation, bland food, and abstinence from anything that makes life
Well,
worth living.
That sounds
In due
pretty
time,
terrible.
the Arcanist then learns to filter these other realities from ours, and the fever gets less and less. Anyhow, luckily enough, we Neremes know of a way to quicken that
Oh,
process.
good.
A shortcut, if you will.
I don't wanna
I'm
spend
not
a year as a
capable of
monk.
performing it, but another one of us is. Her name is Lashery, and you should seek
So I
her
guess I have
out
to find her
as
first.
soon as possible.
I'm sorry, Tommy.
She's currently in a ruin called Old Rashengrad, not far from Ark. Just tell her that I sent you. Give me that map of yours. Okay, now you'd have to be a total idiot to miss it. I recommend leaving for the ruin straight away. And you, Joseph, you're going to come with me and show me what your trip to the Sun Coast brought forth. Hopefully, more than a bottle of honey wine and a hangover.
Okay.
Quite a character, isn't he? But I like him somehow. Here, I owe you this for your help back in Riverville. And
Well,
in case you're in the mood for a mug of
you're
ale and a
German.
good chat, just drop by the Dancing Nomad in the Stranger's Quarter. I'll get myself a room there for the time being. With all that said, good luck mastering your magic, my fair lady. I'll see you around.
During the main story of Enderal, you have the opportunity to deepen your bond with several persons. Okay. So this is basically like the loyalty missions in Mass Effect.
This just doesn't make any sense.
Blazes, I
just can't bloody believe it.
Yes.
How do I get out of
Yes,
here?
that just might
Do I go down?
No, the Archmagister ordered me back. Feels good to be. This is holy
You
ground.
heard Mass Effect. Yes, you did, Tommy. Yes, you did.
Who are you?
Okay. Where are we going? Okay, so we need to go to the West Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, we need to go to the Foreign Quarter. So we go to the Foreign Quarter. Then leave through the gate. Let's check her. Okay, actually, let's go find him in the inn first, since we're right here anyways. Maybe he'll follow us.
So,
Where is he?
Stands. Just think
Oh, there
about
he
it,
is.
okay?
I will. Take care. Hey, you came. Come on, take a seat.
Okay, let's sit down.
So, tell me, how are you holding up? It must have been quite the whirlwind. Yesterday, a refugee from another country, and now a prodigy with a magic great enough to impress old Bushybeard.
I'm fine, thanks
Well, that's
for
good to
asking.
hear. I'm quite curious to see how things keep on with you. You're different. I noticed that the time we met. Anyhow, tell me, what do you make of this country now that you've had some time to look around? I figure it must be quite the change from Nerim.
Oh, you borrowed my profile picture. Okay. I'm flattered.
Shoot.
What's going on?
Yeah, I can picture that. You know,
The
this is
Skyrim
exactly
shuffle.
the reason why I love inns so much. The sky can rain fire out there. In here, you'll always meet laughter and good humor. Not to mention all the good-looking men and women. Absolutely. Though I think I've seen enough of this place by now. Of Enderal, I mean. There's a ship sailing for Calais next morning, and as it seems, it will be the last one for quite some time to come. Who knows? Maybe they still have a cabin to spare for a handsome treasure hunter. Oh well. This entire thing was more a coincidence than planned anyhow. The Order needed someone with skill and discretion. I was around. End of story. I never intended to stick around for much longer. Heck, me as an ambassador of the Holy Order, could you imagine that? Not one step further, O fair maiden. Drop your garment so we may both bathe in Malphas's holy light. Actually not that bad, don't you think? Oh, you're too kind. But you know, at the end of the day, I guess I'd probably lack both the pathos and the idealism for such a profession. You know, I'm aware of how these esteemed keepers up there talk about sellswords like me. I could save 30 virgins from a myriad on Rampage. At the end of the day, they'd always say I did it for the money, because I wanted to bed the women, or whatever. I'm driven by inferior motives, while no matter what their actions end in, they are good guys, because they do things for the right reasons. If only they'd understand that it's results that matter, not intentions. What does the wise hermit say? Nothing is of less importance to the saved than the reason for their rescue. The only difference between a mercenary like me and a holy warden is that I'm at least aware of the fact that I do what I do for myself, and no one else.
I don't see why I would be jealous.
I'm trying to say that all those heroes and self-declared messiahs are no better than everyone else. In the end, we are all selfish, because we always act in accordance to what we think we have to be like. So yes, maybe the keeper saves the farmer from the bandits. But at the end of the day, he does it because he sees himself in a certain light. You know, the funny thing is that a lot of times, it's especially those who think of themselves driven by a higher purpose who are the really dangerous ones. They don't understand what drives them, and that makes them easy to manipulate. The only thing left to do for the capable hate-monger or tyrant is to somehow combine his own ambitions with the mental image of this person. And presto, you got your perfect puppet, only waiting to dive into the next hail of arrows for their honor, their religion, or whatever they thought of this time.
Someone who thinks this deeply about
It's just so idiotic, you know? The world would be a much better place if everyone could just acknowledge that the only reason we're here is that we want to be happy.
He's very defensive about something. What's more? What's more? So what you're saying is that in the end, every person just wants to be happy? That's the purpose of life?
Seek bliss and avoid pain, as the wise hermit likes to say. And believe me, once you realize that that's how people just... Oh, yeah, I do. And this goal is called surviving. And if possible, to be able to enjoy a good glass of wine or an exciting night from time to time.
Keep me focused. Yeah, there's quite a bit of dialogue here. I gotta say.
Really?
There's sense in that.
I was half expecting you to throw insults at me. That's what people usually do when I tell them that. But I guess life is full of surprises. Anyway,
I'm sorry,
I'll take my leave now.
Am I having trouble?
I very much enjoyed our talk.
Attention?
but the ship to Killet leaves before the first cocks crow tomorrow, and I want some more time to think about it. Well, it most recently gained a good-looking Naramese woman. Maybe that'll make up for when I leave. Keep your chin up.
Okay. Well, I guess we can't get him to follow us. But we did complete the quest, and that got us an extra level. It is pretty, wordy. Like I said, the writers of this mod script really like to hear themselves talk, so to speak. Okay. So, we have to go to this place. Can we use the Myrat? I don't know where the Myrat is.
Work.
Yes?
I'm too used to getting to...
Oi, you there.
Don't look at me like that. Looking for trouble,
Is it a gate? Okay, I need to find where the Myrat is, because that's like the fast travel system. And that'll be like faster than... Oh. Oh gosh.
You're not from
I
here,
don't
are
remember
you?
what the controls are.
I heard you talk.
Yeah, no, I'm not around here. I'm not from around here.
Hungry for
Joey.
our ashes and settle themselves.
Oh, I bet it's that tower back there. Does that to go like here? It's not necessarily like making things more complicated. It's like they really want you to know that they're all deep and philosophical. Oh my, look at that.
Walk blessed, my lady. Where do you need to go? About Myrads. What is there to tell? In the time before the Blood Moon Revolt, a long time ago, tame Myrads. Oh, well, that's hard to. And through those clicking sounds, I also tell them, sure, where to?
I need a flight. Let's go to Northern Heartland. Yes, sir. Did you have something to say? Yeah, it's a little janky. That's clearly a Skyrim dragon skeleton that's been reskinned. Well, only if they're bad at riding, Leo. Let's see. Oh, wait. We should get weapons. Shoot this bear? Yeah. Tommy doesn't read. He doesn't know how reading works. Why do you hear bees? Because there's like a beehive, I think. Or something like that. I think we're almost... Oh yeah, here we are. Old ration bread. I guess we have to fight through this dungeon? Yes, Sylvia? That is my name. Ah, okay. Okay.
Shit!
Like
Get away from there! Now!
Okay. Thank you for the warning.
By the prophet's ass! 1 second later and I would have been scraping your remains off the floor.
Thank you, Sergio.
What in blazes are you doing here anyway? Lashiri? Oh my. The fellow really isn't one for names, is he? I'm Lashari, but never mind that. At least it proves you're not lying. Anyhow, I hope you're not the backup I asked for. I was hoping for someone more, Is that so? Indeed. You have some Very well. But it'll have to wait, since I'm up to my neck in this shit, as you've probably noticed.
Okay, of course.
Short version or
jump
long
through some
version?
hoops.
Which do you prefer?
Let's
We
do
got
the short
ambushed.
version.
Why and by who, I have no idea. But I'd guess they must have found a hidden entrance, because one moment, I was upstairs and inspecting our mules. The next, I'm down in the ruin to find it flooded by these fuckers. Now, here's the thing.
Ooh,
All my
F-bomb.
scrolls and the artifacts we've been searching for are still down there, as are my assistant and his Enderalian colleague. And before you ask, yes, you can help me. You'll have to, actually. I wouldn't have a chance fighting the mercenaries by myself, but the two of us might be able to do it, provided you can defend yourself, which I'm quite sure you can. What do you say? Are you ready? Fine,
All right,
then
let's
follow
go.
me. And keep your weapons ready. I think I just heard footsteps down there.
Alright. Time to release the power of gun. Wait, she's just running down there with her fists. She's gonna beat them all
You
to
were
it?
right. Get them.
Okay. Well, we beat those guys. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
Stabbed like a pig.
Yes, we did.
Hang on. What's this?
What's what? Oh,
By the prophet's
Yeah.
ass. I don't believe it. They're
What?
orders. My assistant, Sev. It seems he's the reason these fuckers managed to take us by
ooh, another
surprise.
F-bomb.
Save
You
it for
have my
Sev when I
sympathy.
shove the staff up his ass and fire a thunderbolt.
Oh my. Alright. Gotta remember to loot the corpses. Like a good RPG. Yes, sir, dear?
Shit, can you smell that? That's fire. So, these guys really are trying to destroy our research. We have to do something. If I'm right, the mercenaries are trying to destroy the stone fragments. I'll take the upper part. Oh, if you should find my assistant Sev down there, try to take him alive and bring him to me. I want to take care of him myself. Okay? Then let's get going.
Okay. Wait, so I have to equip this spell that she gave me? Where is it? What spell? I don't suppose any of you happen to know what spell she just gave me. Is it my powers? Oh, here we are. Fire extinguisher. Okay. So we just take this out. Okay. So I guess this is time sensitive. I'm gonna rush and try to put out. Okay.
Oh, Malthus, be brave! Over here! Help me!
Oh, look, he's rocking so good.
Damn, that was close! Those bastards just left me down here to die! Can you believe it? Despite everything I did!
Where'd that guy? Oh, there he is. Ow! Hang on. Got more fire left? I can talk to him after. Oh, 4 out of 7. I guess one last. There we go. Oh, this one. Okay. 2 more. Oh, We saved all of them except one.
Don't ya?
No,
Alright.
he's still alive. I thought I killed you. Okay, so what was this about an arrow, Liam? Okay. Good. Switch back to my gun. Oh, where am I supposed to go now? Okay. Looks like we just go back to where we came from. Oh. Can't lockpick that. Oh. Yeah, that'll happen. Oh, hang on. Where's this quick light? Like a light source, no special effect. Wide. Okay, there we go. Now we can see. Alright. We saved all but one of the stones. And now we just have to go back. Is the elevator? Oh, okay, cool. The gears don't spin. That's a little unfortunate.
Well, I'll be damned. That's what I call good timing. I take it you were successful? What about the Well, what about Sev? Did you find him?
I did, yes.
Fuck. That little shit. I was hoping I could make him tell us who's... Well, what's your name, anyway? Amidst... You're pleased? Well, I actually had the feeling that I was a little rough on you. Sorry for that. For starters, that doesn't happen very often. I've got time.
It's a long story. Okay, we have to explain everything to the lady. Good thing we can just cut to black.
Uh-huh. So, you're saying that you... And these visions, if I understand correctly, you foresaw... It does indeed. But... And even better, now you tell me that these skills come from... Shit. Not you, sorry. I mean, I just had a strange thought. But no, that would be crazy. Way too unlikely.
Talk very differently from everyone else.
Well, I'd like to speak freely, but I'm bound to my agreement with the Holy Order. However, I will tell Constantine and old Aranthiel about my theory. And you will probably... Then we'll be in a position to really kick ass. Anyway, hold still for a moment. Ready? Alright, let's do this. Don't worry, it'll just tickle a bit. Fuck!
Oh. Thank you. I guess. Oh, I almost died. Thank you very much.
Are you alright? That wasn't on purpose. Really. Oh my, you really do look terrible. I will make this right, I promise. I have no idea what just happened. The ritual isn't exactly harmless, but normally you shouldn't feel more than a weak tickle at most, regardless. Maybe this has something to do with the strangeness of your aura. It's hard to explain. Somehow complex and cold, maybe. But hey, I'm probably just out of practice. It worked, and that's what matters. Your fever will now settle down to an endurable level, and maybe even vanish if you're... And now, I suggest you return to You need anything else? If not, see you later. We're going to meet again. I can... Take care.
Oh. Oh, yeah, we leveled up again. Let's go health. Yeah, I'm sure they have multiple writers, for this game. Or mod, rather. Because it's too big, I think, for one person to have written it all. I don't know, though. Maybe the main quest was all written by the same person. Oh, right. Alright. We don't have fast travel. Let's see. We can use the scrolls, though. Okay, that's an interesting animation. Did it work? Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, Tommy. This doesn't seem to be your kind of game.
Carlos, what's that?
I don't know.
Thou art my
There's some characters I like. Who am I looking for? Guess I have to go up. Oh, right. Old guy.
This just doesn't make any sense.
Wherever you look. Where is...
Now, if it isn't the prodigy, well...
The Shari performed the ritual on me. There were problems in old Rashengrad.
Yes, I know. She's already told me everything. Good work.
Wait, how?
Even though part of her report
I
seemed to be
literally
a bit
just teleported
enthusiastic.
straight
But
back.
I'll leave the judgment to Aranthiel. He wants to talk to you anyway. Seems you've caught his interest.
Fine,
In the
where can I find
Emporium, the last building on the left side of the temple. Just tell the guard that Aranthiel has asked for
He
you,
sneezed
and
there.
they will let you in.
Barely hit the mic in time.
Ah, yes, before I forget. My dame Lucy has left a token of gratitude for you. It's your choice. Do you want a book, an old map, or a bag of pennies?
I'll take
Very
a
well.
book.
Now get a move on. I'm sure we'll talk again later.
Thank you, Tommy. Alright, see, Grandmaster Aranthi. Oh, yeah. So this is one of the characters I actually kind of like,
Pathlessness, wherever you
Tommy,
look.
because
Where is
he's
this
just
supposed to
generally
lead?
a good guy. You're bad in Skyrim? It's okay.
Yes.
This is only sort of Skyrim anyways. Oh, let's go take a look around the city from up here.
Oh, that's just how he is. Always talking.
It would probably look better if we came back during the day. Aranthiel.
Have you heard?
Oh.
Apparently the Blue Islands Coalition sent an emissary here to Enderal.
That's a little
Despite
bug.
the wars, they are bold. You gotta give them that.
I guess part of the wall's missing.
It is a
Oh
suspicion,
well.
Taylor.
Oh.
Send an entire division across
Oh
the
my.
sea because of a suspicion.
Okay.
This Pegast said.
Okay.
After the signet's stolen, and if they succeed,
That is not supposed to be there.
knows how to stop the cycle.
I'm okay with it missing a wall.
Listening to you talk almost makes me
Missing
forget
the floor is a little
here
much
is
though.
clearly based on
Okay. Oh dear. I think we're gonna have to use console commands.
Deny it as much as you
Okay.
like, but deep inside, you feel it as much as I do.
Let me get my hair
Taylor, this
fixed.
you're
There
a
we go.
commander, and a commander doesn't care about feelings, but about facts. You have made this mistake before,
welcome to
Taylor.
Skyrim.
Back then in Kira.
Hey,
That's
Dr.
all
all
right.
know
The mission will happen. I'm sorry.
you have a visitor.
So,
Welcome aboard,
you
Doc.
are the prodigy everyone is talking about. Interesting. I am
You got a good
Teodor
voice actor for this guy.
Aranthia, son of
I
Laureus
forgot
the
how
First and Grandmaster of the
deep
Order.
and old
I'm
he
honored to
sounds.
meet you. What is your name?
Chocolate.
Yes,
Chocolate.
and I will come straight
You
to the
wanted to see
point.
me?
You are here because I believe that you are special. Humanity faces a threat that
Did you
needs
hear
to
that,
be
guys?
stopped. And to
We're
achieve this,
special.
you are indispensable.
Oh, indispensable. You're talking about the Red Madness, aren't you?
Among other things, yes. I do not need to explain to you that the present situation on Vin is chaotic. The wars, the living dead, common people who are losing their minds, to name only the most obvious. What most people are not aware of is the connection between these events. You, however, have encountered it, as have I.
It's an interesting statue. The visions. So you know where they come from?
I do. And I will explain everything to you. What it means, who we are, and what your part in all of this is. Come, follow me. Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin until their death 2 years ago.
That would
What you probably do not know is that the one responsible for their death is my son, Narazul Aranthiel.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. I guess I have to fix this, but I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what caused this. Maybe I have to reinstall the entire game. Or maybe it's one of my mods causing a conflict. Hang on, where am I? Sun Temple Emporium. Let me Google this. See what's going on. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Google has answered my cry. I figured out which mod was the cause of the problem. I'm just gonna uninstall that. And then we're gonna boot back up. Oh my gosh. Okay, so hopefully we'll fix that. Okay. Should clip that later? Yeah, maybe I will. Oh, I was not expecting that. Yeah, it looks like someone had the exact same problem as me. So, here we go.
Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin until their death 2 years ago.
Over here, though.
What you probably do not know is that the one responsible for their death is my son, Narazul Aranthiel. He hated the Lightborn because he believed that they robbed mankind of their right to freedom, so he strived to overthrow them. He found followers, formed an army and declared war on them, and thus on me, a servant of the Lightborn as well.
Giving important backstory.
It all ended in a battle 30 years ago, which Narazul won. He killed every single survivor except for me, and locked me in a dungeon on Nerim. I still do not know why he spared me.
Oh, okay. So this guy's son is the one who killed the gods.
Yes, after more than 30 years, when the death of the gods made the magic around the prison disappear. And during my escape in the northern mountains of Nerim, I also had them for the first time. The dreams.
Yeah, it is really good. I hate following NPCs around. They're so inconsistent.
I always saw the same glaring, terrible light. Heard screaming, and I felt like I was burning up from the inside. And above all, like a veil, there was the knowledge of imminence. At first, of course, I dismissed these dreams as the illusion of a man close to death. So I concentrated on making it through the mountains somehow.
Where are you going, boy?
2 days after my escape, I was completely exhausted, and I would have died if a former acolyte of my son had not found me.
Oh, looks like we're missing some textures.
Yes, but he did not recognize me, and brought me to their headquarters instead, an old monastery in the mountains. The others were aware of my identity, but for whatever reason they did not care. Maybe because they thought that the death of the Lightborn had made me insignificant. Still, even after my recovery, the dreams continued. At first, I doubted my sanity, but after some time I told the leader of the mages, Constantine, about them. And he said something that I'd never expected. I was not alone. He, as well as many others magically gifted on Vin, dreamed the same dreams. And the more we talked about the matter, the stronger our suspicion grew. Which has now turned out to be the truth.
He's just gonna walk out here in the rain?
They come from the same place. They are a shared memory.
A shared memory? You mean the dreams originate from, what? A common mind?
A collective subconscious, yes. I know that you can feel it too, and probably far more intense than we do. But like you back then, we were not able to make sense of the images. So we went looking for answers in the remains of the civilization that was before us, the Pyreans.
The Pyreans. Thus the excavations like an old ration bread. What did you find out?
3 things. First, there were many civilizations before us and before the Pyreans. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands. Second, the history of each civilization unfolded and still unfolds.
Pay attention to this, Tommy.
They emerge, they blossom, and at some point, at the apex of their existence, they simply disappear without any trace. And third, everything that has happened in the past years, and which is still happening, indicates that this disappearance lies ahead of us. We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle, and our cycle is approaching its end.
This cycle must continue. You mean that the end of... Oh, more? Let's see what we have here. More? A pattern? You mean that the chronicles of each civilization are identical?
Not identical, but one can split them up into episodes which repeat themselves in the very same manner, into patterns.
You mean that the end of humanity lies ahead?
Yes, it does. At first we considered it absurd, as probably you do at this moment. But there came a moment when we simply could not deny it anymore. We began to study the history of the Pyreans more intensely, and the parallels were extraordinary. In its early days, the Pyrean Empire was split up by a disaster, just like Vin was split up by the Starfall after the reign of the Eterna. Also, the Pyreans had a ruling caste who declared themselves gods after the catastrophe. The 2 castes of the Sun Priest. They too ruled until they were overthrown. This overthrowing was followed by an outbreak of wars and chaos. And then, just like that, the Pyreans ceased to exist. They knew it was imminent, but they could not prevent it. They called this event the Cleansing.
The Cleansing. The Pyreans knew about the threat? Why didn't they try to do something about it?
But they failed. Who knows why? Maybe they found out too late, or maybe they were too weak.
And where do I come in? Where do these visions and my power come from?
This is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history recur within every cycle, characters do as well. Yes, the Pyreans call them the emissaries. They emerge very shortly before the cleansing occurs, like a law of nature, an answer to the Red Madness. And I am one of them, as are you. While I take on the role of the ruler, you take on the role of the prophetess.
The prophetess? I'm supposed to be a prophet?
It's just a description. Call it what you will. But without doubt, it is the truth. Your story matches the descriptions perfectly.
And I take it this is the reason the Naramese mages are here, isn't it? Firespark, Pegast, Shari?
Yes. Former enemies or not, both sides have understood the magnitude of the threat. The magical knowledge of Narazul's former mages is vast, as is the power of the Holy Order. Even though not all of the Keepers agree, as you probably have already noted yourself.
If I play a role, does that mean something is controlling me? Controlling us?
No. As I already said, the emissaries simply appear at the beginning of the end,
What's that
like pieces on a chessboard. We are determined by our skills. How and to what end we use them is our choice.
Spoilers. He's completely wrong here.
On the one hand,
And
your
what defines
power.
this
You
prophet?
carry the potential to master any skill within a fraction of the usual time needed. I assume you have already realized this. On the other hand, your ability to look into the past, and therefore into the future.
Into the past and therefore into the future? What do you mean?
Your visions are a window into the past. And as every cycle is based on the same events, it is a window into the future as well. You can feel the
As long
thread
as
this
we
world
aren't
is woven
being
with.
controlled.
And because of that, you can see things that have happened, and thus will happen again. This gift makes you indispensable to us, and it is why I want
See,
your
we're
help.
a prophet because we can see the past. Which is a nice twist. But because history is cyclical, seeing the past lets us see the future. Alright. If I can help, I will try to do so.
Good. However, there's one more thing before the actual work begins. I want you to join our order, and to do so, you have to pass a test. A trial. It is.
Join your order?
Whatever you think
Is
about
this
our
really
story,
necessary?
we are the only faction that is strong enough to oppose the cycle. If you want to be part of our mission, you need to have access to our knowledge and resources. There will be voices in the Order speaking against your admission, as they are speaking against the presence of the Naramese mages. Consider it an honor or a necessity. It is up to you.
Yeah, the plot is actually quite clever.
It is the trial the novices have to pass in order to be
once
exalted
you
to the role
get
of
to
a
the
keeper.
big reveals near
Only the
end.
best students of the Squalor are allowed admission, and even though you have not been a novice, I want you to take it too. At this very moment, 2 novices are on their way to the testing grounds. I have informed them about
Very
your
well.
arrival.
Where can I
At
find
the
them?
border to the Heartland, near the Whisper Wood. Ah, one more thing. It might be... I do not believe you can do any real harm. But in the worst case, after the cycle has been stopped, we will deliberate upon how we deal with the matter. If and how we tell... No, leave. We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle. And our cycle is...
That is a annoying Skyrim bug.
This is holy
Where
ground.
after completing all the dialogue, it sometimes repeats. But okay. Alright. Now we have to go to the trial. This part is pretty trippy. So, hold on. Yes. The cycle continues. It's been a while since I've used that. Alright. I bet you forgot about it, didn't you, Tommy? Where's that tower?
We always go too easy.
Some ships never end.
Where is that mirror at? It is a nice voice, though. Is that what you're into, Tommy? Did I end up in the right spot? Yeah, I didn't. Oh, okay, it's up there. Didn't recognize it. It's a very appropriate one for this. Oh, wait. You've been waiting for it? Yeah. Well, I am going to start streaming
Walk
Mass
blessed,
Effect
my lady.
soon.
Walk blessed, friend.
So
Where are you
it'll
headed?
be even more appropriate
How about
later.
pirates? In the time before the Blood Moon Revolt, oh, well, that and through those clicking sounds, sure, where to?
Okay. We're going back to farming? Tommy. Yeah, you can expect me to use it a lot more once we actually start streaming Mass Effect. Which is only in like one more week, I think. Because the special or remaster comes out on the 14th, I think. Yeah, less than a week. Alright, where am I going? Okay, I'm going that way. Yeah, looks like I should go south.
What? Dark again? Oh shit, the fodder.
Okay, so we just follow the road around here. Oh, what the? Oh, I think that was the sound of the Myrad. I would guess. Too bad I can't sprint for very long. You've thought about having a radio filter for your voice, but... Huh. That'd be interesting. I mean... It's something that you probably should have started using already, but... King's Bounty, The Legends? I have not heard of that, sorry. What's this? Oh, okay. Just randomly attack me. Why don't you do that? Okay. But yeah, sorry Hatanashi, I have not heard about King's Bounty. What kind of game is that? Oh wait, no, this is the wrong way. I'm supposed to go west. Someone is shooting at me. I think I'll just ignore them and hope they go away. Yeah, that's fair enough. Your voice sounds fine as it is.
Now look at that. A lonesome traveler.
Oh, shit!
It's a strategy game, but more based on story and has a tendency to make a parody of various tropes. When you say strategy game, does that mean like real-time strategy or turn-based? Or something else. Oh, seriously. Okay. We have a bow. I have a gun. The power of gun. Okay, we're almost there. And once we get in there, we can get to the really tricky part. Oh wait, no. Not quite. We have to go through this.
Yes.
And then we can go through... I'll get to the tricky part.
Yes. You're the prodigy.
Turn-based
I was expecting something else. I hope you're aware of what you're getting yourself into. Our novices trained for years for this trial. And as much as I respect the Grand Master, I think this is naive.
I don't know how those games play.
In other words, it will be dangerous. Be aware
I
of
have played
that.
Civ. So if it's like Civ, I know what that's like.
How selfless of you! But as you wish. Then it seems I'm granted the extraordinary honor of exalting the first Pathless in the history of the Order to a keeper. The others will scream for joy.
He doesn't like me very much.
Give me the package the Grandmaster gave you, and say hello to your new comrades. I have to go prepare something.
Alright.
What?
Hint. Only one
hello.
of these two guys made
You're
it.
our unexpected addition, aren't you? The prodigy? Interesting.
That's me.
I'm Kalia Sakarish. By my path, novice and aspirant to the... I have been told what you did in Old Rationgrad. That you saved the excavations and fought back the mercenaries. An astonishing feat, truly. You have my respect for that.
Save the excavations, yes. But the people from your order were already dead.
I know, but you tried. You know, I'm really curious as to what the mercenaries thought they were doing. Someone willing to attack the Holy Order is either extremely powerful or extremely naive. Anyway, it's been an honor to meet you in person. Let's talk later.
Okay. Is there a reason you bring this up, Hakanashi?
I don't want to hear it. You're prattling. I don't want to hear it. Just shove off.
As you wish, Princess.
Heretics.
Again.
All right, enough of the
Hint,
chatter.
hint.
Come here.
Only one of them makes it.
Here. These potions will be necessary later, so be careful with them. Apart from that, it's still a few miles to the ritual place. As you're all gifted with magic, the spores in the forest ahead will make you a little dizzy, but we won't stay for long. Any questions?
Oh yes, the spores. What spores are you talking about exactly?
Long story. Simply put, they come from a special kind of mushroom that has infested this forest, and staying near them worsens the arcanist's fever.
This game series is
So,
related
in
to
case you're
Mass
thinking about exploring further, take magical protection and some ambrosia with you. Good. Stay
Alright
close
then,
to me.
let's go. Strange potion added to inventory. Oh, I see.
But it's too late for that now. Korek would have conquered the city, and then you will be ashamed.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that. That was really loud. I am sorry.
So
I
this
didn't
is the
know it'd be
Whispering
that loud.
Forest. Fascinating. I've read a lot about it, but never actually seen it.
I'm very sorry.
Poor thing. My brothers and I have seen the border countless many times before. But I bet you know all about the Undercity's rat holes instead.
You just totally went the wrong direction.
Get ready.
Oh, look, crosses. Oh, I mean, bus wheels. I kind of like the way these go actually.
I'm too old for this.
You mean the forest, Tommy?
Wait,
Oh.
do you see that?
How are the bugs, by
Yes,
the way?
that man. What is he doing?
Who cares? He's probably just a traveler.
He shouldn't be here. No merchant in his right mind would voluntarily travel through the Whispering Forest.
How do you like the
We'll go
bugs,
take
though?
a look at him. Stay ready.
'Cause I know you don't tend to like those. You were looking. Okay.
I see it.
She's with me now, forever.
Kirosh.
What in? You there? Who are you? And what are you doing here?
She's with me now, forever.
What are you, deaf? Identify yourself.
His eyes. Master, this is the Red Madness.
Shit, of course. You will put away that pickaxe right now, my sir, and then get on your knees.
She wanted to leave. Don't you understand? She wanted to leave me. Just like that.
This is
No, she will stay. She
Oh.
By the righteous path! Have you lost your mind?
I could ask you the same thing, damn it! Did you forget what Magister Yarrow did to the novices? This man could have attacked us at any moment.
Oh, really? Malphus, protect us from your cunning. But did the thought ever cross your mind that one needs to understand a disease in order to heal it? And that some apothecary might have given their left hand for a living patient?
You're not being fair, Master. I was only protecting us.
Like heck you did. You behaved like an idiot. And not for the first time. The other masters might ignore that fact due to your religious commitment and your bloodline. I get that. But if something like this ever happens again, you will be suspended from the rites and will spend the rest of your life polishing prayer banks in the sanctum. Do I make myself clear?
He really was trying to protect us, Master. Maybe...
Do I make myself clear?
You do, Master. And I beg your forgiveness for my offense.
Granted. Now let's push on. We will take care of the body after the ritual.
Yeah, looks like it doesn't have much in the way of drops. Well, you see, Tommy. Some people swear more than others.
Are you okay?
Okay, we're almost there.
Just save it.
Kalina's really nice. She's one of the other... Well, actually, she's the other companion character in this game. Because there's only two of them. Just Spar and her.
Here it is. The first...
Here we are. I'm going to save.
This is where Malphus's vassals erected their first camp. So behave yourselves accordingly. You too, prodigy.
Alright, here we are. Time for the ritual.
Well then, before we start, there's something I need to tell you. Something, important. The rumors concerning the deaths of the Lightborn, they're true.
What?
The gods are dead. They fell 2 winters ago, beneath the sword of an unknown traveler. We, that is, the Order, have known about this for quite some time now, but haven't told the common people yet. But since the 3 of you intend to take the trial, there's no way to disguise the truth anymore.
It's a pretty...
How can a god
earth-shattering moment.
die?
There was a prophecy, as old as the Lightborn themselves, in which there was talk of a shadow god. who would end the era of gods. And it came true. I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
You're telling us that the gods have been killed, and you are sorry. What's next? That tomorrow the sun will stop shining? Tell us that,
we weren't
that this is a
originally planned
test,
to be
Master.
here.
It is, isn't it? A test of our faith.
No, the Lightborn are dead. But, hard as it may be to accept, we cannot afford to fall into a spiritual crisis right now.
The Order of the Gods, Malphas's order, was created to protect the Lightborn. And if what you're saying, this blasphemy is true, then we're meaningless.
I think that's
we failed, don't you
just
see
their
that?
excuse.
Oh, by
It's
the
like-
Black Guardian, I just can't
'Cause
believe it.
It was
And though I
basically an
shan't be
ordinary
saying,
man
thou shalt live by my
that
virtue.
rose up and killed
3rd
the
Revelation,
gods.
verse 137. I know it's hard, Dunwar, but if this is true, we have to show strength and keep on believing in what the Lightborn stood for, which is the idea of peace and...
Oh, just shut your mouth, Sakaresh. If anything, you lowborn scum are living proof that the Order is going downhill. Do you really
Wow,
think
little
I
racist.
don't know about the village? You're a damned witch, and if this were the old times, you would have been crucified long time ago.
You don't mean that, Dunwar.
Drop it, for heaven's sake! We're all on the same side here.
No,
Yeah,
we are
whatever.
not. This wench doesn't have any right to wear the white robes. And if you would spend more time with the holy scriptures instead of your brandy bottle, you would see it as
Yeah,
well.
like I said,
But
of
no,
the two of them,
you just...
only one of them
Shut up! I swear
survives
to
this.
you, one more word and you will wish that I just suspended you.
But...
No buts. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's okay. We don't hear from him
I
again.
hope so, for your sake. Just be glad that this is a time when we need skilled mages more than ever. Just be glad.
That's a little annoying.
Now enough of this. Our demeanor defiles this sacred place. There will be enough time for depression and personal crisis after the trial. Let's recite the holy words. Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor.
I can't bow my head.
In life, as in death.
I just stare
May
blankly,
your light guide me.
like I always
Good.
do.
As you know, this trial will test the fortitude of your spirit.
Sorry,
Because this is
I can't
what
do anything about it.
distinguishes a
move.
keeper from a soldier. What distinguishes a wise man from a fool. Keep that in mind. Now, drink the potion I gave you. You first, Prodigy. Let's hope the Grand Master was right about
It's
you.
okay, we'll be out of it soon. As soon as we're done drinking this strange potion. Ah, yes. That is the... Is it called Dryad? I'm not sure if it is. Okay. Here we are, the trippy part.
Oh no. No. I knew I wouldn't be the last one. Did they also tell you? They've lured you into a trap, you know. And you fell for it. Because you're arrogant. Just as I am. As I was.
I know you're just an illusion.
You're
Get out
right.
of my way.
I'm not real. At least not according to your definition of the word. But then again, what is reality anyway? If I told you that you and your friend Sirius actually lie dead at the bottom of the sea, and that everything that has happened so far,
Yes,
your
brilliant,
journey to
that was
Ark,
it.
the search
That
at the
sounds
Sun
about right.
Coast, was only a dream, would you be able to recognize the truth? The answer is no. Because you don't want to be dead. Therefore, your
This is
mind will do
foreshadowing?
anything to make you believe this entire dream you've had was and is reality.
How am I able to dream if I am actually dead? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't it?
Tell me, what is time to the dead and dreaming anyway? The last second before the water floods into your lungs. The very last instant before it tears them apart. In your mind, it could be an eternity. A self-created sanctuary built from nothing but your wishes. But what's the point in talking anyway? You don't want to believe me. And I'm tired of trying to make you. Now leave me alone, before we make the suppressor even angrier. He doesn't like words. He likes the silence.
The suppressor? Who are you talking about?
What? They haven't told you about him? Oh, that's so typical. The suppressor. He's the reason why we will be imprisoned here forever. And why we can't access our feelings and wishes. And he does it because he wants us to lose hope.
Yeah.
To stop believing. And... you know, sometimes I... but no.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
No, not yet. Yeah, I'll wait.
Alright, so now we have to escape.
What the? How did you do that?
I wish I knew.
You simply opened it? But that's impossible. All these years it's kept me from escaping, and you just... come on. We have to look. We have to look and see what's outside. We won't get far, but still we have to see. Come, lead the way.
Alright. Oh, I'm in prisoner clothes. Yeah. Guess I don't get my normal clothes here. Or my weapons. Oh wait, hang on. I think this will come in handy. We're gonna punch our way through this. Oh, that's nice. Yes. Because my fists are almighty. Just ignore the seams on my hands. Between my hands and my wrists. That's because of the prisoner clothes that I'm not supposed to. Hey Jason, welcome to the stream. Yeah. Oh! Ow. Oh. Yeah, we kicked that guy. We kicked the ghost. Oh, here's a letter. Does this lever do anything? Oh, there's another lever. Is it possible? Or... I don't actually remember how to get this part. Yeah, I don't remember how to get past this part. Let's look around. Oh, okay. Looks like there's another way. Okay.
It's so cold. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to go. After all, I mean, yeah. Yes, the cell is small.
Oh, that is a lot of blood. Punch. Got our boxing stance. I'm not sure if you noticed, Tommy, but there were corpses in there. Oh. Look at him swing. Yeah, I would not want to cook pizza in there. that? Yeah, this is way stronger than the knife. Is this a dead end? Do we jump in the river? No? What now? Oh, okay. Wait, is that the way we came from? Oh, okay. Here we are. Okay. Oh. Okay. He's saying something, but we're too far away to hear him. Yeah. These ghosts are nothing before my mighty fists. We're basically a one-punch man here. One-punch cat girl.
Because they dared to disobey the suppressor.
Oh, hey,
By the
little
gods.
chair.
This is what will happen to us too. I knew it was a mistake to leave in the first place. I just knew it.
Yeah, okay. Oh. That door isn't open? A lever around here? Putting the MMA in Mama? I'll give you credit for that one, Tommy. Is it around here? Okay, so this looks like a trap. I bet spikes are gonna come out of these holes. Oh, okay. Take this way. Ah! Oh my gosh, that almost killed me. Okay, but we open the door. Oh, interesting. Okay, oh. Now what? Wait, how? Okay, we have to get in here somehow? Oh. Chain. Okay. You can grab and move items. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Oh, okay. So I can put... this. Okay. And... we are back where we started.
Oh no, no! Can't you see? We're back.
Yep.
What? The suppressor's punishment. It will be horrible.
Why are you so afraid of this suppressor? I haven't seen
No, you
anything.
haven't. Because you're blind. The suppressor is here, in every single stone. But I should have known. I mean, what can you expect from someone who has killed his entire family? I followed you because for a brief moment, you made me want to believe, and now you've dragged me into the abyss along with
I just
you.
don't understand it. Who are you? A part of me?
Of course I'm a part of you, and you are a part of me. Isn't that obvious? But I should have known you wouldn't understand. You're too weak. No, there isn't.
But there must be a
Just look
way
at
out
us.
of here.
Look at what we are. We are the damned because we are trapped too deeply in the past. And that's why we do not deserve freedom.
Okay. So, you guys want to guess how to get out of here? Because the first time I played this, I could not figure it out. I had to look it up. Miss Astra, I do not know what you're getting tomorrow. You guys just wanna guess how to get out of here. I don't think anyone will get it, but kill yourself? No, not quite. Okay, I'll show you.
Well, well. So you figured it out? Yes. I am what keeps you in this place. But was it blind rage that made you act, or have you truly understood who I am? Have you understood what drives you and determines your actions? The salt corrodes your skin, and the water filling your lungs is cold. But you still haven't found it, child, have you?
Yes. I did not get it the first time. Level 8. Going to the man. Oh, congratulations, Sergio. Glad we were able to get... can I get all my clothes back? That's... interesting.
Oh, hey. Good to see you awake.
Oh, hey, Jaspar.
How are you feeling?
Fine, I guess. Where are we?
In the temple. The curarium, to be precise. You were brought here when you were traveling with that Ixon guy. I think the others are already awake, but I didn't want to leave you here, so I thought I'd just stay. I mean, hey, you are a keeper of the first sigil now, aren't you? I believe congratulations are in order.
It is supposed to be, it's basically, well, it was like marketed as its own game. That's why it's like, it is its own game on Steam.
Well,
I'm
you
not letting
shouldn't.
it get to my head.
Do you know why? Because you're pathetic. Simply pathetic.
I said you are pathetic. At first we believed it would be more exciting this time. But now that we've seen the new prophet, our hopes are gone. You're a joke.
A nobody who let his only friend kick the bucket.
As if you'd ever accept that. You humans are always so damn persistent, aren't you? Why? Why can't you just let go?
Because in the end, you are powerless, just as all those before you. And you, prophetess, you are the biggest joke of all.
You are nothing but an urchin.
I forgot about this.
A weakling.
And a murderer.
And that is why you will burn. All of you. The cleansing will happen, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
So you are the ones behind it, aren't you? Why are you doing this? What have we done to you?
What have you done to us? You are so naive. The world is an interplay of cause and effect, and the only logical consequence of your existence is annihilation. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's going to be. But enough of the banter, urchin. We wanted to meet you, and so we did, even though the result is rather sobering. Now wake up. Keep on stumbling through the mist.
Okay. That's a pretty... no we can't. Okay. Now we're actually awake. That's a pretty good twist, isn't it? Like... I've played this before, and I was still not expecting that.
Thank Malphus. I was starting to think I was the only one. How are you? You look exhausted.
Alright, I suppose.
Then you have
Thanks
a
for asking.
remarkable constitution. Usually the after effects of the potion last for days. But it's good to see the Grandmaster was right after all. I woke up just a few hours earlier, and he was here in the meantime. He didn't doubt for a single second that you would make it. But I suppose mutual congratulations are in order. We made it. We passed the trial.
So does that make us keepers then?
Almost, yes. All that is left to do is to take the oath, and
Yes,
then Grandmaster
smile.
Aranthiel will exalt us to the keepers of the first sigil. Speaking of whom, he also told me some things while you were asleep. About the Pyreans, about these dreams, and of course, about this cycle. This is so bizarre, really. At first we're told out of nowhere that the gods have died, and now humanity is on the brink of extinction. This is a lot to take in.
Resident Evil 2 is apparently on a lot of consoles. I figured, what do you make of all this? This cycle, this cleansing?
Hard to say. I never had those dreams the Grandmaster talked about, even though I'm magically gifted. But then again, I always had the feeling that the Red Madness was more than an ordinary disease. At least now I can understand why the Grandmaster was willing to break all the traditions of the Order just to get you exalted to be a keeper. According to him, most of our battle against the cycle will stand or fall with you. Yes, I believe that. Well, as I said, we both have to take the Holy Oath. You should talk to the Grandmaster as soon as you're ready. He's waiting for you in the Emporium. Right. Dunwar. The apothecary examined him about an hour ago, and it doesn't look good. It's likely that he'll never wake up again.
He will die? He doesn't deserve that? I disagree. I'm gonna say this, because I think she'll like it.
No, in spite of everything.
Yeah, Kalia likes that.
You know, Dunwar was one of those people who tried to gild their insecurity with boastful behavior. The reality is that he was the last of his bloodline, and his faith in the path and his destiny as a keeper were all that he had left. And who knows? Maybe he would have been a great help to the Order with the right guidance. But I guess Master Bartar's revelation was just too much for him. It's hard to be told that everything you've lived for was a lie.
Character. You don't seem to be too shaken up over all of this. The death of the Lightborn, I mean.
Well, maybe I just don't show it as much. But yes, in a way, you're probably right. I suppose that's mainly due to the fact that to me, as opposed to Dunwar, the Order always stood for an idea. And an idea doesn't die with the one who first thought of it. Funny that the Grandmaster said nearly the same thing during the exaltation. Dunwar would have considered it blasphemy.
Interesting thought. Speaking of Dunwar, what was that thing at the ritual place all about? He called you a witch. Dude went out like an NPC.
I knew the question would come eventually. I suppose the answer depends on whether you're in the mood for some gloomy talk. Sooner or later, you'll hear it from someone else anyway, so why not from me first?
I wouldn't have asked if I weren't interested. Shoot. Yeah, because you kind of have to know if you're going to do her quest.
As you wish. Where should I start? Maybe with the fact that I don't remember anything that happened before my 6th winter. I don't know where I was born, and I never got to know my parents.
You don't remember? How come?
I wish I knew. What I do know, though, is that the first memory I have is of waking up in the middle of some village. It was dark, and I felt dizzy and, I don't know, empty? That's probably the best way to describe it. I eventually found the strength to get up and look around, and, well, that's when I realized what was actually going on around me. The entire village. It had been destroyed. There were corpses everywhere. Men, women, children. And the houses had been crushed as if some mad god had rampaged through the streets there. And it had all just happened hours before because the destruction was still fresh. Whatever it was, I didn't have much time to think about it. As soon as I got up, I saw 3 riders coming through the smoke. One of them got off his horse, ran towards one of the corpses, and started screaming something in my direction. Then I felt a blow on the back of my head, and I lost consciousness. By the name of the sun, it's strange to talk about it like this. It's been so long, but the memory feels as if it had happened yesterday.
You need to find out what really happened when you do her quest.
Well, it turned out the riders were They must have observed the whatever it was, from the distance, and ridden back to the reason they thought I was somehow involved is that the village priest found me a couple of days before it happened near. Apparently, I was wearing torn clothing, and no matter what the apothecary tried, he couldn't wake me up from my comatose sleep. And it seems that made the writers think I was some kind of witch child, or unholy beast, whichever you prefer.
I see. And these men wanted to do what exactly? Take revenge?
Probably. Truth be told, I try not to think about it too much. And actually, it doesn't matter, because I somehow managed to get away. I even made it to Ark all by myself, which didn't turn out to be much of an improvement in the end, because I was pathless.
He brought you into the Undercity, right?
Yes. Thinking about it now, I actually wonder how I made it through my time down there. But maybe that's one of the advantages of being a child. You don't think. You just... Still, the winters down there were cruel, and if Master Tyrus hadn't found and taken care of me, I probably wouldn't have made it through my second year.
Master Tyrus? A keeper adopted you?
Yes, otherwise I would not be here. He saw me, and he knew what he had to do, is how he put it. Of course, the Order wasn't too happy about a pathless child in the Scuola, just as some aren't happy about you being here. But Tyrus was a highly regarded man, and that's why they let it slide.
So, Master Tyrus granted you the novitiate.
Yes, and now I'm here. Well, here we've reached the end of my impressive tale. I hope you liked it.
What happened to Master Tyrus?
Gone.
Where is he now?
He was very old, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. No, I guess I'm not.
So that means Dunmore believes that this story about you being responsible for the destruction of that village is actually true?
He does, yes, and he's not alone in his opinion. One of those hunters recognized me in the market my first year as a novice, and you can imagine from then on they added names to the derogatory stares. Demon child, witch, whatever they could come up with.
Well, you're talented, intelligent, and pretty. Many reasons for the other novices to envy you.
Yes, maybe. You know what's funny? To some extent, I'm glad to be who I am. That way, people just leave me alone, and that gives me more time to focus on what's important, on my goals. Several, but I'd say that's enough of the gloomy stories, don't you think? There will be plenty of time for chatter in the future. Maybe.
Let's talk later.
You should.
I should go see the Grandmaster.
It's already late, but if you want, I can show you the most important places in the temple before you go to the Emporium. What do you think?
Thanks for the offer, but
As
I'll
you
manage.
wish. The apothecary put your gear in the chest by your bed. Yes?
Oh, there he is. Never waking up again. Chest. Oh yeah. Get all our stuff back. Let's put our clothes back on. And... oh. Okay. Okay, good. Because sometimes when it removes all your items, it messes up your, favorites. So, glad to see that these are still working, and I don't have to do all that over again. Yes, we're back in our painfully created outfit. It's a pretty big statue.
And you actually believe this could work? It sounds absurd.
I don't believe I know.
Walk blessed.
The mercenary, he might not be the shining knight of Castle Starsound, but he's better than most of your men.
I think
I
they're
want
talking
him,
about just Star.
and you will need to convince your true Chesser of it.
Is that so? Very well, I will convince her. You will hear from me.
I hope so.
Prophetess, good to see you. How do you feel?
A bit beaten up, but apart from that, fine. Thanks for asking.
I never doubted you would pass the test. In any case, all that is left to do now is to recite the oath. Then we will finally deal with the more urgent matters.
Fine, I am ready when you are.
The ceremony needs a little preparation, 1 day at least. Even if it hurts to lose more time, the cleansing approaches, I can feel it. Just this night I had another of the dreams.
A dream? What did you
People
see?
I knew, including you. But these people weren't themselves. There was something else, and it spoke through them. They mocked us and said our struggle against the cycle was pointless. It was
Yes, so he had the same dream we did.
I believe that these beings are connected to the cycle. They must be the ones who cause it.
That's interesting. I had the same dream before I woke up in the Carrara.
You did? That is interesting. It must be related to our roles as emissaries. Maybe there is a connection between us.
Any idea who or what these beings are?
None. Maybe they are demons or magical entities of some kind, but they are different from everything I know. In any case,
Yes, sir.
if they are indeed responsible for the cycle, they are our enemies. That's what matters for now. Come back tomorrow for the ceremony. Walk blessed, prophetess.
Alright. Now we have nothing to do for a day. Wait, let me think about. Oh. Yeah, the floor is still busted. Guess what you're gonna do in Resident Evil 2? I don't know. But I hope you'll have fun playing that game. Alright. Oh. I guess we should talk to this guy.
My dame! Wait a moment!
Oh.
Here! A letter for you!
Give the boy 10 pennies.
What?
Thanks,
Oh!
sir.
Thank you! Safe travels!
But how much money do I actually have? 148. Okay. I am not rich. Let's see.
And may his light guide you!
Well met.
Every day like the last. Part 2. Oh, okay. I will read the letter then. Letter? Oh, mysterious letter. My fair lady, congratulations for passing the trial. You already know how I feel about the Red Cloaks and their, let's say, superior attitude. But still, it would rob me of my sleep to know that I didn't congratulate you in person. Should your holy duties allow it, meet me at the old watchtower at the western gate of Ark. Cordially, Jaspar. You killed all the zombies with one music? Killing zombies with music is quite impressive. You said western gate? I think this means I go to the foreign quarter. Oh, well, I've never played Resident Evil before, so being better than me at it is quite likely.
Madame?
Although it's not too much of an accomplishment,
Do you have a moment?
honestly.
I think the two of us could do business together.
No, that's what it says. No, thank you. I'm not going for 100% completion here.
Madame?
Is it evening? I don't know what time it is.
Yes?
I hope it's evening. Yeah, I'm not gonna do every side quest or anything.
Madame?
don't think I will anyways. We'll see. Maybe I will.
Ah, there you are.
Oh.
Glad you made it.
Yay.
So, how was it? I heard quite some stories about this trial, and was never sure what to make of it.
It was different than what I expected. How come you're still here? I thought you wanted to be on a boat to Keeling.
Yeah, I changed my mind. Come, let's go upstairs. It'll be worth it.
Okay. He just wants to sell me bobbleheads? Maybe. I have a feeling he wants me to do a side quest, though. I don't really want to stop for that right now. Honestly, there aren't that many side quests in this game. 100% of this game is a lot easier
Wait a second.
than vanilla Skyrim.
So, wine or pipe?
Let's...
Termatralian
sounds
brandy,
good.
vintage 8190. A real treasure. Consider it a congratulatory gift for passing the trial.
Alright. We just drank it with our eyes.
Nothing better than a good pipe and a nice sight to go along with it. It's
Yeah,
always
let's
sad to see how
stand
few
out here in
people
the
can
rain.
truly appreciate these things. Anyway, tell me, fair lady, what is it that drives you? I've been asking that myself since we met. I mean, it's not like anyone's forcing you to play errand boy for Arenthiel, is there? And with your abilities, you could make a fortune as a mercenary. Not to mention the danger you put yourself in. Securing the excavation site, passing the trial, they certainly haven't been easy on you so far.
Fire burns very hot, Tommy. Listen, if this cleansing is real, we're in this together. I might as well help to fight it.
Makes sense. In any case, it's interesting to see how you've gotten from being a magically gifted refugee to the center. Kind of reminds me of a woman I used to travel with, Alicia. No matter where she went, she always ended up in the
You're
eye of the
drinking
storm.
Coffee? I'm not much of a coffee person. How did you end up traveling with her?
We got hired for the same job. Usually I work better on my own, but this partnership was refreshing in every aspect. It felt good to know someone's got your back for a change, especially with the kind of work I do. Which is why we decided to stick together after that first job. And it went great, at least initially.
She just cared too much, you know? Yeah, she was a mercenary, but she only ever picked the jobs where she thought she could help people. Or at least do no
The
damage.
sad music
As you
started
can imagine, that doesn't
playing.
always work out in my profession. And whenever it didn't, she really took it to heart. It was sad, if you think about it, really.
So I take it you were
We
a
traveled
couple?
together and we had sex, so yes, according to most people's definition of it, we were a couple.
For how long did you work
That
together?
was, let me think, about 3 years. Yeah, we went to Araziel, Kira, Artwend, and one time we even fought a group of Petrified on Millet. She fought as ardently as she lived. I don't know how I would have survived that fight without her.
Well,
How
we
come
were
you split
simply
up?
too different. I guess that's what it comes down to. Let's face it, I'm a pathetic white knight, and an even worse world savior. Alicia and I, we were just bound to clash. We were lovers, then friends, then lovers again, and so on and so forth. Ultimately, that was just too much for me. Too extreme. Too absorbing.
Yeah, the cynical. Actually, this makes a lot of sense why he has all these thoughts on idealism. It's because his girlfriend was an idealist, and he split up because he was too cynical. So that actually makes a lot of sense. I had forgotten that. So she wanted something serious. Love.
Love as she defined it, yeah. Had it been for her, we would have married after that first night.
And what was it that you wanted?
That's a long story. Not one that puts me in a favorable light. At least if you're like most people. Let's save that for another time. Split up. Yeah, that's one way to put it. But anyway, enough about me. What about you? Has there ever been someone in your life? Or have you always been the lone wolf?
No one. At least not yet.
Really? That surprises me. I, for one, have had enough drama to last me a lifetime. Sex is fine, but I guess I'm just not naive enough for anything else anymore. Love, love, love. People have such wrong-headed expectations, really. Sometimes I think it would help us all to finally admit that there isn't that much that separates us from the apes. Anyway, why don't you tell me a little more about this trial? I heard you passed it together with that quiet girl, Kalia. What's she like? I've heard some stories about her.
Subtext, yes. I don't know if you can actually.
That's just life, I think.
Be in a relationship
there comes a point when you've done all you can. My. We've certainly lost track of time, haven't we? I really need to hit the hay for a couple hours now. I'll have to go look for some new work tomorrow. And I've heard about a nobleman who's looking for a sellsword. That is, if Arenthiel or old Bushybeard doesn't have a new job for me by then. Say what you want about them. Their pay is beyond generous. I'll see you around, fair lady.
Yeah. So you can start to see why I like Jespar. Like I said, the writing in this game is a lot better than Skyrim. Like, that little dialogue alone was... Like, that was more depth to that character than any character in Skyrim. Fair Lady made you think of the car? How much longer am I going to be going for? I think I'll play to the point where we get sworn in, and then I'll just call it a day. Like 10, 20 more minutes maybe? Oh.
Yes?
Again, I'm too spoiled by Genshin, where you right-click to sprint.
My day.
Alright.
Do you have a moment? I think the two of us can do business together.
I do not have a moment. I am busy. I am very busy.
Yes?
Right. Oh, here's the signpost. Let's see, where is... Oh, Sun Temple. There we go. The Nissan Fair Lady, aka the Nissan Z series. I need to... You know cars too well. Why do you know all about that? Like, the 3 different names for this car? Oh.
Well met.
Walk blessed.
Okay. He also not saying
yes.
That's fine.
Guess what? There is. Some people just don't get the meaning of the word reliability.
Who are you talking about? Maybe I don't know.
You're not from the Order, are you? Elia, the novice who was assigned to me. In the Nobles' Quarter. I'd go look myself, but I'm lucky if I get to breathe within all this work.
She was totally murdered.
Go find her and tell her to get her bloody ass up here and help me. If you do that, it won't be to your disadvantage.
She was totally murdered. I have no idea what this... I don't remember what the outcome of the quest is.
Don't get any...
I just strongly suspect that she was murdered. Alright. I have to wait somewhere. Can we just like find a random bed somewhere? And like sleep? Yeah, sorry Tommy. No offense, but I don't care too much about
Yes.
the numbers of the models of the cars. You're kind of just saying random numbers to me.
Walk blessed.
Hey,
Yes.
that's actually not bad singing.
That's beyond me.
Can I sleep in one of these? No. I don't. Oh. Let's sleep for 12 hours. It's only called that in Japan? You sure know a lot about cars, Tommy. Okay. We're gonna wait another 12 hours. So what I just did there with the console command, that's just a little trick you can use to skip the waiting when you sleep.
Well met.
And you remember this much about it, Tommy? Tommy, you forget our conversations from like a week ago, but you apparently remember everything about this car video. This 15-minute car video. I mean, heck,
Come with me.
you forget like what happens in a game I play like 10 minutes.
As you
after.
wish.
I guess you really love cars. Do I have to follow this guy? We're actually slightly faster than him. Despite being slow as hell.
There. Climb the stairs. Go to the step. Very well. Very well. The entire third and fourth sigils are gathered in there.
He doesn't like us very much.
It is time. Come forward, prophetess.
Okay, we got a Neo.
I know what you are feeling. Mistrust. For it is the first time in the history of the Order that a stranger will
It's not
receive the
always 10
holy
minutes?
consecration.
Yeah, Tommy,
You
sometimes
consider
it's
it a
5.
treason against our charter, and therefore against us all. And indeed, it is true that traditions have strengthened the Order. We have
This
ruled
is
this
a
land
graveyard
for
house.
millennia, and for millennia we have prevailed. And I know that what happened 2 years ago has unsettled you. Yes, we are in a crisis. Yes, our foundation seems to be shattered. And now you believe that I profane even what little is left by consecrating a pathless one. But you are wrong. It was always people who have given strength to the Order. People like you and me. Yes, we did serve the Lightborn, but because they embodied an idea. The idea of peace through stability. And even now, after their demise, we will pursue this idea. We are facing a threat that endangers the world as we know it. And to fight it, we need one thing above all others, the readiness to make sacrifices for the greater good. This woman, like Novice Sakarish, has shown this readiness. She is talented and has a gift, and thus carries responsibility. But instead of running from this responsibility, she faced it, found us. She passed the holy trial just as we all did, and therefore she is worthy of joining our ranks. Consecrated ones, repeat my words. This is the day when my old me dies away. For today, I receive the sigil.
This is the day when my old me dies away. For today I received the sigil.
This is the day when my old me dies away. For today I receive the sigil.
From now on, I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
From now on, I live to protect by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
From now on, I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Thus, you are elevated to keepers of the first sigil. Rise. Now let us all recite the holy words.
Wrong. I thought he sounds pronouncing
Thou
it
art my
right for
light,
me.
my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor in life as in
Oh,
death.
the guard said it.
May your light guide me. Leave now, brothers and sisters, and rest. We will need our strength.
Yeah, we were promoted.
Go and get your armor at the temple's forge. After that, meet me in the Emporium. There's news.
Oh, we don't need armor. Where are these sigils?
Ranks. After a novice has passed the trial, he is raised into the first sigil, and over the course of years, if he proves to be worthy, into higher ranks, up to the fourth sigil, which is held by the Truchessa and the Grandmaster, me.
That's it? I am now a keeper of the order?
Of the first sigil, yes. Our masters will teach you, our smiths will equip you. That is all that I wanted.
See you then.
Walk blessed. Walk blessed, prophetess.
Thy name is my servant.
Okay.
Walk blessed.
Don't get any younger.
As in death.
Alright.
Hey.
We're gonna call it there for now. Alright, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. For a second, you actually made me think it actually said see ya in the dialogue option. Anyways, thank you all for joining me. This was Enderal, a total conversion mod for Skyrim. I am grateful to everyone for joining in. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Leo. Jason, Sergio, Hatanashi, and everyone else who might have joined in. Just because I didn't say your name does not mean that I don't appreciate your presence. My next stream will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. We will be streaming more Minecraft with Tommy, who's in the chat with us today. So thank you all. Oh yeah, thank you, Leo. Alright. I think I mentioned you, did I? Did I not? I don't remember. Okay. Thank you all. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Good night.